Welcome back to DaGaimez, gamers. Yes, I jumped out of my seat when I saw this on Around the Verse. I literally jumped out of my seat. I was so excited. I said to myself, this brings about something that is something we all wanted here within our community, and I'm sure a lot of citizens out there wanted this: colonization. Now, it's a bit speculative to say colonization because we're not quite sure exactly what the new outposts are going to be limited to for us as individual citizens. As this continues forward, I will update people, but I'm using this word loosely: colonizing. Okay, it's theory crafting primarily on where this could go in terms of game mechanics and design. So everything I'm going to talk about here is both factual in regards to the schematics and the layouts that we're seeing here, but when I'm talking about some of the questions that we may have, we might get a little bit speculative. So keep that in mind as the video continues forward. That's what we do here. We like to talk about big topics, game design, things that are life-altering, fun aspects of playing a game. That's why it's called DaGaimez here. Okay, so first, what we're going to be looking at is the modular systems. Basically, what they're referring to as surface outposts. These modular systems are in fact modular because of the many different focuses that each modular piece will accommodate due to the many different planets and environments and resources you will encounter. Okay, that's a mouthful, but basically what that means is that when they're designing each module, they are keeping in mind that you'll be on different environments, on different planets. You might be on a planet that's going to require some particular type of resource gathering, laboratory perhaps. You know, what are the roles that we're going to be fulfilling? They did not really get into that much, but I really think that's kind of cool. You know, like, what is the purpose of these modules? Now, is it going to be for farming? Is it going to be for science? Is it going to be there's a whole bunch of different types of things that one can think of when it comes to the modular design. And the other cool thing is that the material library that they're going to give you will kind of give you a unique look per your outpost on these textures which they're creating after the fact that they get past this gray box stage that they're in, which is phenomenal. I mean, like, right now where they are at is much farther than I had expected that SIG was even getting into when they released this information. That's why I jumped out of my seat, because I really didn't even understand that this was in the cards yet, and they just kind of like bam hit us with it. And like Matt and I have discussed on previous topics, and you can check out this card where we talk about Terra, is like, you know, there's a whole city that was created that we really didn't know about that was leaked. There's been a lot of things that have been leaked along the way in regards to Star Citizen information where people are just always bitching like, oh, it's never going to get done, it's never going to get done. But people don't realize how much goes on behind the scenes that we don't know about, because it's not fun when we get there. If we know about everything before it's done, the playability of the game won't be that amazing for us because we'll have seen everything. And so there are a lot of things that SIG, I don't think people get this, there are a lot of things that SIG is kind of keeping behind the curtain so that you don't know is there, so that when you play it, you see it and you experience it for the first time. I never hear anybody discuss that when I watch other Star Citizen videos. It's something to keep in mind. You know, when you see releases like this information, be thankful, because it's like, wow, okay, yes, this is why I'm actually paying. This is what I'm believing in. This is the dream that I want. Now, what are your limitations? Not much was said about this. You know, we got into a lot of the specifics, you know, of the surface outposts and the modular systems, as far as, sorry, I'm getting texted, and apologies about the noises in the background, but you know, like, look at the interior. It looks like SIG is being a little vague on this, but it seems as if, and I'm speculating here, that you also have the ability to customize the interior of it, which would be really cool. But if we don't get the total experience like we do on the exteriors and piecing this together into our own kind of customized look, you definitely, I think, will still have like variations of the interior look inside. So also very cool. It looks as if the outposts can be sparsed out across the landscape. So, like, are there also limitations? Not much was discussed on this. There obviously needs to be some types of ground rules on this. You know, like, I could imagine that, you know, that there's going to be like a giant land grab otherwise. There has to be kind of limitations to how many surface outposts one individual citizen can have, otherwise it might get a little sloppy. And of course, instancing plays into that. We're talking about like being able to see it on a particular server depending upon the amount of people that are on a server. We're not going to have everybody on a server. Eventually that's what SIG wants, which I think would be fantastic if they could do that. But is this going to be something that will be found by others? Possibly, yes. And the way that they're going to introduce this, I would imagine, is through future patches. I'm not quite sure when they're going to release this. This is going to be way in the future, way past 3.0. So this is one thing I want to keep you guys in mind. This was a glimpse into the gray box kind of version that they have right now, which is again far superior and exceeds what I thought that they've even gotten to in terms of this. In fact, I didn't even think they were going to get into colonization at this stage of the game, and they are, which makes me feel happy that they're getting into this. It makes me feel like, wow, if this is what's happening, then there has to be other aspects of gameplay that are being designed that I'm not even aware of. Very happy. I'm just very happy that this is happening. So this is all proof of concept and a final asset in its simplest form, but with the ability to move forward with this at an amazing pace. So right now, just kind of like very beginning stages, but it opens up the possibilities. Speculation will be huge on this up to this point, and we need lots of answers. So I will be very active in the Spectrum forums asking questions. I will also be researching more into this as time continues to move forward on this particular development, because it is a very important area for us. And I think that you could just like really use these outposts in many different fun types of ways. Also with the survival aspects being built into the game that we know of, that we fought for. And with those two different types of like gameplay, you're going to gravitate towards a very large audience that likes this. And I think you'll have a lot of people that will focus on just being on planets for a long time, which again could be so cool. They could literally have their homes there. What is the duration? Like, what is the permanence? Is there wear and tear of this? Again, not mentioned, but we can extrapolate upon what we have seen. And I would imagine that for a particular set of time, this is going to be, fairly well permanent, because if you're building something, you don't want it to just be destroyed by anyone. There's going to have to be, again, some types of ground rules or some type of security measures, so that when people, pay for this, because they're going to be buying these modules, and God knows what they're going to be priced at. You can check out our economy videos. We kind of know how it's going to be priced based upon how SIG wants to introduce the economy to us, but as it gets into final kind of release game form, up until that point, we can just only again speculate. But oh man, I'm so excited about what's happening, and this really opens up a lot of different types of opportunities in terms of not only just like adventure and exploration and setting down an outpost. Just imagining from the very beginning when you're buying these habitat pieces and how you're going to be able to put them down there, build them, how they're going to fit into ships. I would imagine you're going to have larger ships to hold these pieces and parts. Sizes was again not mentioned. How much cargo space will this take up? Not mentioned. So there's so many questions now. So many questions that I have. And hopefully we will get answers to these gamers as time goes forward. I will put the links to this video, so you can come back to this video to get answers in the description. I will most likely do more colonization type videos, or I will label this an outpost type video. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to label this, but I think that this does garner itself towards thinking about the future of just colonizing a world. Wow. Sorry, I had a nerdgasm. I definitely had a nerdgasm there. So I hope you guys are excited about this. I'm very excited about this. And like I said, the videos will not stop on this. So as the information comes out, video will instantly come out because I'm just really excited and happy for this. So, all right, gamers. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share if you did. And like always, I will see you on the next vid.